Well, we've talked about Clio a lot in the past in terms of a practice management tool set that is available. And Clio has some great dashboards built in. There's kind of when you log in, you have that main personal performance dashboard. And that's something that you and I often review together to kind of say, hey, how are we doing against our goals for the year? And that's always a helpful gauge of the opportunities and lost opportunities, I guess, in some cases. But it reveals, hey, I'm doing okay against my goal for the year, or maybe I'm behind and I need to look at why that is. And so that's one way I keep that perspective and sort of daily motivation high is looking at that primary dashboard that you see when you log into Clio. How do you use that particular dashboard, Thomas? Is that something that really informs what you do and helps you make decisions?
Yeah, we've talked about goal setting on the podcast before and how important goal setting is. And we usually have that kind of topic at the end of the year or at the beginning of each year. And um, having a goal set on that personal dashboard for what you want your revenue to be in a given year is a daily reminder. And you want to have a lofty goal for the year. But what I like about the Clio dashboard is that it has a monthly goal and a daily goal and even a weekly goal. And so you can kind of get lost in the weeds if you're just only looking at that yearly goal, and it can kind of seem daunting to you. But if you break it down into how am I doing this month, how am I doing this week, and even just this day, it's a lot more doable for me, and I don't feel nearly as uneasy about meeting the expectation there, that goal that I had set. So I like it for the daily performance metrics and the weekly performance metrics, and I know if I met the goal for those two items, then ultimately my month is going to be good, and my year is going to be good, and it just helps me to, you know, it motivates me. Hey, I need to make that additional phone call. I need to send that additional email so that the client that was thinking about hiring me will take that step and sign the engagement letter and send it back to me. It helps drive my behavior for the day because I'm looking at that goal each day.
Yeah, and again, we mentioned perspective, but also having sort of the today, week, month, and year constantly in front of you is a great horizon shift where you can say, I'm looking at today's day, and then I'm moving on to the weekly view and the monthly view and the year. And that helps me understand where I'm going today and where I want to go tomorrow and the week after and the week after that. And so I think one tendency I know I have to work through is I like all the charts and the graphs and trying to measure up to what I was hoping to accomplish that particular day. And I have to be very careful because I also like all the technology tools that are available, like Excel or Airtable or QuickBooks reporting, and you can get lost in making all of these charts and graphs for yourself without actually doing anything actionable with the data that's presented.